I just figured out something that blew my mind. I don't even know how to begin to... Hold on a second, because I just took some notes. And they're a little messy, but... Fuck. Damn, wow. Okay, please forgive me, the house is a little bit of a mess. Baby woke up at 1 o'clock, and so I've been... I was thinking about playing some Black Ops 3 just to kind of get some more shit together. And I just kind of realized something. And once I say it, it's going to be super obvious. Not necessarily obvious, because I'm going to have to explain it. In fact, I just had to draw it out on a map, or the piece of paper. The pen that I was using was dying, so it's just kind of all over the place. Alright, let me see. Okay, this pen works. So, I'm just going to scratch that piece out because I realized something as I was drawing it out. So, how about I just show you on a new page? Blank page. Here's the previous one. Okay. So, this is for Zetsubo no Shima, right? Usually, you spawn in just this little circle of water, right? So we're gonna go there. So if I can get you to follow along for a second. So just that little circle of water, okay? So once you hop in, you only have 2 directions that you can go. But you know what you want to do, okay? So you want to get to that block door, open up that vault, and get in there and pack a punch. All right. Spawn, lock door, pack a punch. But once you first get in, you only have two directions that you can go. You can either go towards Lab A or Lab B. So, Lab A, Lab B. But along the way, you have the altar and then one of the ritual spots where the fan trap is, or the plane trap. So, you have the ritual trap, or the ritual thing for one of the skulls at spawn. So spawn and ritual. So you get 1 done, and you got to go run to. You can kind of see where this is going. So here's the spawn, and you go run and you go pick up the skulls, right? And then you go run back to spawn, you do that one, and then you go towards the fan trap and you do that one, but you're running back and forth. If you can already tell what's going on, then your mind's gonna be blown, just like mine was. And then, so let's see, this one's the altar where you get the stones, A-L-T-E-R, and then here's another ritual. Okay, so this is gonna be backwards for me, probably not for you. So you have the altar, and then you have the ritual spot, okay? And then you have the option to go to either of the labs where you can get the 115 water. So there's Lab A and Lab B. Lab A is going to be on the side opposite of the altar where you get the skulls. So I'm just going to write skulls above that, skull altar. And then on the other side is lab B. Okay. So your main goal is to get through that locked door. So you have to turn on lab A and lab B. And when you have both of those power on, it connects. And usually you go straight from one to the other. Is that making sense? Let me know if you're following along. Lab A has the blue water. And then lab B has green. And it's the 115 water, so I'm just gonna do 115 water. 115. And then after you get through that main door here, you want it to pack a punch. So the pack a punch is right here, okay? Let's call that the pack a punch. There's a pack a punch, right? I just wrote PAP, but in order to do that, you need to get the power on. So you go one direction to turn on the power. And then once you do that, you get a pump piece to help you open up the pack a punch. You following along? And then you go to the other side, and that's where you find the purple water. And that's also the spot where you memorize the piece on the wall. And you also get another pack a punch piece. So let's write that PAP piece and purple. I'm just gonna do P115 water. So once you see where this is going, this took me a minute. I just had a fucking epiphany, and so my phone ran out of storage. I had to clean up some storage from some of the previous videos and all that I've been writing down or doing and whatnot. Just kind of filled up some of my space. So I had to redo that. So, and then I realized a slight error, but it's fixable. Okay. And I stopped right as soon as my phone cut off because I'm able to see the screen. So you see this? Yes, we do want to get the pack a punch, but it's even more than that, right? So the pack a punch is within a couple of feet from the door. It's actually between the doorway to the 115 water. And so let's just connect the 115 water and the power room. You get that line across. So we'll do pack a punch in the center right here, but I'll just kind of like make a note, PAP. And then I'm gonna cross out where I wrote PAP a second ago. So now you got this, right? But again, you want to get from spawn all the way through to the pack a punch and then through. The pack a punch is right here. You want to get the pack a punch right there. But that's not it. That's not just it. Because as soon as you get through getting all three of those regular water pieces, after you get the power on, and you get the pack a punch drain, they're actually not done. I think you have one more step before you can actually open up the pack a punch, and that is to open up this doorway right here. So this is Let's just call that a ritual door. And if you remember, it's just a straight hallway, and it's got tubes on either side of it, and then it just kind of loops to a staircase that kind of goes underneath that same area, and then you can open up, and that's where you get the 115 or the rainbow water and the plants and stuff. So that has its own loop on either side, and this is the staircase loop. Once you get through that doorway here, after Pack-a-Punch, you get through that doorway, and then you go down the stairs. And can you tell me what that looks like? That's the tree of life. You remember what happened to Takio? He got turned into a fucking tree. It's the tree of life.